Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, The Grease Trap. Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, Grease Trap.
Your dog pissed in the house, huh? What a fucking likely story. Anyway, Grease Trap, everybody, what's up? All right, cool. So we're looking at Ninja Turtle PSA thing. Here, look.
Well, I can't decide.
Oh, yeah, I probably should
we have
hide
the
the
pizza with
cams.
the marshmallows or the pizza with chili peppers? Come on, Michelangelo, you're letting all the cold air out. That wastes electricity.
Electricity doesn't appear in
Nope,
the
it's about wasting electricity. It's not about how you shouldn't eat pizza for every meal. I apologize.
Yeah, it's about wasting electricity, guys.
by magic.
I'm pretty sure there was one of these turtle tips that was about eating a balanced diet, or it may have been something that was completely unconnected to this, because I remember these turtle tips being at the end of every show.
I was not able. Okay. So there was one about the ozone layer. Let's see. What's this one?
Hi, little fella. Hey, there's nothing to be afraid of, Vern.
All right. This is about you shouldn't kill spiders in your house. Which fuck that. I'm going to.
That's like recycling. There are lots of
Recycling.
Yeah.
Typical fucking.
Michelangelo.
See, you can make a bird feeder with those peanuts and some string.
That's lame.
Peanuts and
I hate when they
string.
try to fucking do this at the end of these cartoons, man. Like,
Yeah,
the cartoon
it
gets
sucks.
popular, the parents are all like, is this really sending good messages to the kids? And they're like, oh, well, we're going to throw this crap on at the end.
Yeah. Make a bird feeder. Wow, it's great.
You're not going to make fucking bird feeders cool just by making the Ninja Turtles like bird feeders.
What about G.I. Joe?
Source of power. Fascinating. And the total energy we get in sunlight in a year is more than 100 times.
Yeah.
Solar power. Damn, progressive turtles.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's see. There's another Turtle Tips compilation. I think there's Turtle Tips Part 2. We could try to see.
Scroll through and see what they cover.
This is not healthy eating.
No.
Stupid fucking turtles. Turtle Tips.
The batteries must be dead.
Don't throw batteries in the fucking garbage, you dumb shit.
Dude.
Boo, Michelangelo, you dumb fuck.
Fucking faux pas.
America, and there's no sign of Shredder.
Then who caused all this damage to the rainforest?
Unfortunately, people did.
Rainforest.
What, Shredder's not a people?
Unfortunately, people.
Shredder's a person? What the fuck?
Oh, here's another one.
Discovery.
What, dude, like instant pizza?
No, it absorbs carbon dioxide, a gas
Whoa, they're growing a fucking pot plant, dude.
which contributes to global warming and produces oxygen.
Yeah, global warming. Okay.
Yeah, global warming.
What's this?
Here, you can wear one of my
They
sweaters.
were talking about it when I was a kid.
I think that's still something about a
And yeah,
sweater.
don't-
Oh, yeah, don't run your air EC. Oh, okay, brush your teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
Major munchies. Let's quit and go out for pizza.
Good idea. Got any money?
No, I thought you did.
Well, I've got money. On what place?
Oh my God.
Recycling.
Recycling again.
Every time I think it's going to be the one, it turns into a recycling one.
It's just there's a lot of environmental shit. So,
Well, they were pushing like the
and then of course there's the anti-drug PSA that's super
the
famous.
famous one, yeah.
You know, marijuana. That's all the ones I can find.
Chicken, you're a turkey.
So I don't know. I can't find the one that Paul was talking about earlier, which was
false memory, dude.
Paul said there's one where Michelangelo is like, let's eat some pizza. And they're like, we got to eat other stuff too because it's not a balanced diet to eat only pizza.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear that when I was a kid growing up in the early 90s, but I heard a lot more don't do drugs and recycle and shit like that. Like, I heard like the Captain Planet message a lot. I remember like a lot of times like
The
maybe shit
power
like,
is yours.
like save the whales, save the rainforest, save every fucking day. And it wasn't save your waistline though.
Yeah. I guess they didn't care as much about childhood obesity back then. That was like an afterthought.
Man, because if the turtles would have just eaten a salad, maybe I wouldn't be a fat fuck now, you know?
Yeah.
It was
I love this arugula, bro.
every time somebody suggests pizza, like I'm just like, wicked, awesome, yeah, pizza. You know?
I like pizza because the Ninja Turtles also like pizza.
Pretty much. I won't deny it.
Because pizza on its own really has no appeal until you associate it with the nostalgia of the Ninja Turtles.
It's not like just a delicious bread like dessert that you just like is like gooey and loaded with good toppings.
Who
and
wants
just, like,
bread and
everybody
cheese
just
and all their
pure
favorite
consistency.
toppings? Not I.
Dude, pizza's a dangerous fucking food, dude. Like especially a good pizza, like fast food pizza, whatever, man. But you get like a really good pizza, like everybody's like, oh my god, it's fucking pizza time.
Let's be real. Even the worst pizza is usually pretty edible. I mean, there's some out there that are bad, but
I will give you one. The only time I actually I can remember in my life not wanting to eat pizza, when I could eat it all the time. School, the school I fucking went to in Louisiana had these fucking bullshit like what was it, like not Totino's, but like Tony's Pizza. It was one of the other. Like basically, it was like microwave, and like every time that you'd make it at school, no matter how many times they made it, the fucking bottom of the fucking crust was just rock fucking hard.
gross.
So you just, that was like the one time I'm like, man, even pizza at the school sucks. That's how much school fucking sucks, dude. School can imagine make pizza bad.
School sucks shit, brah.
Hey, you know what? In Washington, went to that fucking one school. They actually had good pizza. Well, not good, but I mean, good for a fucking school.
Whatever.
School just you guys grew up part of the time down here in the fucking shit South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys grew up in California or somewhere in the Pacific Northwest the whole time, you would have had probably TJ would have graduated, probably went on to get an engineering degree.
Yep. Louisiana done ruined my life.
There's
did.
no way. I mean, no, I think he would have graduated. I agree with you there, but there's no way TJ would have been a fucking engineer.
I'd be a damn engineer right now, Scotty. If
TJ
not
be
for
a-
dang old little
You'd be
anymore.
on stage in London right now. You'd be a thespian, TJ. You'd be like, Tubi.
Tubi or not Tubi?
He'd be
No.
working for Elon Musk, dude. He'd be Elon Musk's lead fucking rocket technician.
I got a rocket in my pocket.
TJ Kirk, propulsion specialist.
We are go.
And three.
Segmento check. Yes, we are good to go.
Well, Segmento would even be there.
He'd be like Crane though, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he'd be like a good guy Krang. TJ, look out, little duck. Like, oh, thank you, Segmento.
Man, I wish Segmento was that helpful.
I know he's such a fucking villain.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
evil. I'm trying to kill him.
Well,
We'll see.
he won't let you. Trust me.
I've let him
Okay.
die. He's died before, but I don't know if I could ever. I don't know. I was younger. My metabolism was a little stronger.
Segmento is like evil, TJ. You can win the battle, TJ. You can never win the war.
You can win the battle, but never the war, huh?
This is the diet where I'll wait a few weeks in and then I'll just have a few pizzas sent to TJ's house like he did to me that one time in that fucking weight loss contest we had.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, TJ?
Do I remember what now?
We were having a weight loss contest back in the DP days.
Yeah.
And the first day of it, you had fucking like me and Ed's or some shit show up at my door with like 3 pizzas and a big brownie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah. I'm gonna wait about 2 weeks in when you're really feeling weak, and then I'm gonna just have like maybe at like 10 p.m. when you're like just really fucking feeling it.
Hey Paul.
Gonna show up and drop a bunch of breadsticks on you and a bunch of fucking pizzas.
Pizza time.
Did you
Jalapeno
you end up
burger.
eating that pizza, Paul? I don't think you did you?
No, he didn't
Yeah.
eat it.
No. My girlfriend did.
He
Hey,
resisted.
well, someone enjoyed it.
Yeah, we got put to use, but not by me.
But Paul, you do owe TJ in all actuality.
Yeah, you owe me a
Gave
pizza.
up his pizza, so
That's true.
Oh, that is true. Maybe I'll deliver on that pizza in about a week and a half.
you never know when.
Have DoorDash bring it at about 11 p.m.
Don't get it from Domino's. He's been having a lot of problems with Domino's.
Yeah, the last few times I ordered from Domino's, they've undercooked my shit. I've had to like cook it myself once it got here.
Hey, Paul, I actually know a really amazing pizza place. I'll give you the contact information for so you can make sure you get you a real nice pizza.
It's
Oh,
a good,
cool.
it's a good
real
pizza.
nice, delicious
It's
pizza.
a nice, good pizza, Paul.
I'll get a couple. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to just indulge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want you to fucking overindulge.
Overindulged to death. Here's
I'll
a
get
What's your favorite dessert, man? What's a favorite
here's a
thing?
murder pizza.
What's your favorite dessert in the world, man? I just want to know. I'm just curious.
A delicious, juicy Granny Smith apple.
Yeah, I don't think so, dude.
Nothing tastier in all this world.
Gee whiz. I sure do wish I could get more of those Granny Smith apples. Those are sweet like candy, I tell you.
Hell yeah.
I know what TJ likes. Get TJ a fucking pie, dude. Some pie that like
Pies,
isn't it
Oreos, basically. Like that. I think that honestly,
Oreo pie?
if TJ answered honestly, I think he would just say just like a big giant thing of double stuff Oreos and a glass of fucking milk.
You're probably right. I also like
That's
Chips
what-
Ahoy.
Like when I you know, you've lived with him longer, but when I lived with TJ, that's what I saw TJ coveting and eating the most. Like I always tried to get like at least half a row of the Oreos because I knew
Good luck.
I knew that they would last literally a day. So I'd go in there.
Sometimes
and I'd get
Scotty
2 or
would buy
3.
Oreos and like hide them and not
Yeah.
even mention them to me, but I'd always find the motherfuckers, man. This guy hid some Oreos
But
one
I
time.
hid the Oreos one time, like in a box, like in the upper shelves of the pantry.
Dude, I
in the
remember
thing.
I remember the specific moment I found this. I opened up the pantry, I'm like,
There's
some-
Oreos in this.
yeah, like
motherfucker.
some I just knew. I'm like, there's Oreos up in this pantry somewhere. I just know there is. I don't know if it was like a smell thing that was just subconscious or like what, but I knew. I'm like, there's Oreos
Maybe
up in this
smelled
motherfucker
Oreos
somewhere.
on Scotty's breath or something at some point.
Yeah, like some subtle hint had like some subconscious part of my mind pieced together through things that I didn't even consciously notice. There must be Oreos here, and I fucking found them and I ate them all, and Scotty cried.
Oh yeah, because usually we'll go with TJ and like you'll have a couple of Oreos. TJ will eat most of the Oreos, and like he'll leave like, oh, I didn't eat all the Oreos. There's like 2 left. I just ate like 90% of the Oreos. Don't worry about
I
it.
just ate most of them.
The old house too. Like
I
I'd
left you an
noticed-
Oreo.
I'd noticed like some Oreos in there for the first time, and I'd go fucking sweet, and I'd grab it, and immediately I'd know there's one Oreo in here, and sure enough, there would be one lonesome Oreo left because TJ didn't want it. I didn't eat them all, man.
I left one. I left one behind.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got like if you're really lucky, you get like 3. Occasionally, you get like 3 Oreos. Like TJ must have had like some ice cream or something before. or
No,
some cereal.
I take TJ back for this because I hoovered the fucking ice cream while I was there. I was
That's
like,
true.
fuck it.
You did.
I was like, if he's gonna fucking eat all the Oreos, I'm gonna eat every bit of this fucking ice cream.
That's true. We couldn't keep ice cream in that motherfucker.
Oh, this is like Fat Guy Wars. Fat Wars.
Yeah,
I was like, I'd get up at 4 a.m. and I'd be like, please tell me TJ's asleep. Oh, he is. I'm gonna eat half that fucking pint of ice cream.
I don't think ice cream ever even touched my lips at that house unless I went out and went to Baskin Robbins and got my own ice cream that I ate there.
it was in there, TJ. You just weren't aggressive enough.
Oh yeah, I know. Because I guess I was always eyeballing them Oreos. Like because like every time there was a shopping trip, ice cream entered the house and Oreos entered the house, and I was always like eating them Oreos, and Paul was always eating that ice cream. So
see, ice cream is just higher on my tier list than Oreos.
Yeah.
is, 'cause, like, Amelia loves Oreos, and I'll eat some, but they last like a week and a half around here.
no, if I get
Yeah.
Oreos, they're like. If the sun rises with Oreos, it sets upon an empty bag of Oreos.
We did an Instacart shop last night and got a big giant like the family size double stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about them until I just remembered that we ordered.
You know what
some.
happened is like a couple weeks ago, I decided like let's get one of those big jars of like cheese poofs.
Yeah,
You know, because I haven't had one of those in a while.
cheesy poofs.
Like yeah, little cheesy poofs, right? And
those are pretty good.
We get the big ass jar. I'm like, this could probably last like at least a week, right?
Oh hell no!
Nope. Shit was gone. Like 2 days later, that fucking motherfucker was empty.
2 fucking days, TJ.
Yeah, 2 days empty.
Dude, like listen to you guys talk is like.
Because you know what
evolution is
happens?
the
I'll
same-
tell you what happens.
Okay, what happens?
I have a couple, handful. Pretty good.
They just like melt in your mouth
just,
because they're
another one.
basically just fried nothing.
Yeah, and then I'll just, I need a little more. And you just keep doing it. And they're not, there's not much to them. They're very like, you think, like
They're puffed
a
up.
handful of, they're so puffed up and shit that it's just like, you think there's more than there are, and then you want more, and then you keep eating.
cheese dust.
Yeah, and then before you know it, you just like, you got like 2 shameful orange claws and you're crying. You know?
You guys are like fat guy evolution. It's all like when Paul noticed his niche, like the niche of Oreos is no longer available. It's like instantly just moves to ice cream. He starts eating all this fucking ice cream up. Then you're like, damn, I can't have no ice cream. Damn, I can't have no Oreos. It's
Yeah.
like, you could just put. Well, look, in fairness, putting
Poor
ice cream.
Scotty got nothing of anything. Poor Scotty like would come downstairs and go like, I'd like an Oreo and a sensible serving of ice cream. Nothing.
Scotty was
I
like the
remember that
farmers
shit,
that
like-
fucking show up to the like.
I got chocolate milk. It's like the last, every time after, it's like I just bought syrup or something else to make it because like I got chocolate milk.
Uh-huh.
I went to bed. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have this tomorrow. And there was like, and I was like, these fat fucks I live with. It's like, God, I can't. It's like, I gotta buy fucking like Melba toast or some shit if I want to have a snack. It's
We're
like
playing a fucking
garbage.
fat
I'm
locust.
shocked.
Just,
I'm kind of shocked Scotty, since living on his own, hasn't ballooned because I think that the reason that Scotty stayed thin for so long is because he just had to fucking compete with you for food.
yeah, maybe.
And like you were just quicker on the draw at getting the pizza at fucking 5 a.m.
Don't worry, Scotty. Your kashis are fine. they're still there.
I used to get in trouble when I was a teenager because my stepmom, this is when I lived with my dad, like late in my teens, so like 17, 18, right?
Uh-huh.
My stepmom would buy those big, like party-sized bags of Cheez-It party mix. You guys remember like with the
Yeah.
bread?
fuck yeah, I know it. Are you talking about Chex Mix or what are you talking about?
Cheetos.
No, it's not Chex.
Oh,
no, it's not
Mo-
Cheez-It mix. It's like a,
The Cheez-It party mix that has the
hold
stick
up. I'll show you what I'm
pretzels,
talking about. Or what
Like
he's talking
that.
about.
poof, the little garlic poofs and the little Melba toast things that are all salty and Cheez-Its in it.
I think that's Munchies. If I'm not, maybe it's not.
No, it's Cheez-Its, dude.
Now, but
Here, I'll show
whatever.
you. I'll show you what's going on.
Yeah.
Tell me, dude,
Scotty's
'cause
lost.
Okay, no, you know what? Yes, okay,
that stuff, yeah.
I get what you're saying now, dude. That was fucking the goddamn.
Have checks in it, so there you go.
Oh fuck, dude.
This is
like
actually
it's
snack
like
mix.
ambrosia,
There is a
dude. This
party
is
mix
mana
too,
from
but
fucking heaven. This shit here is like addictive.
So
the
here's
party
what I would
mixes all
do.
seem real small. For some reason, I can't find a big one of that.
She liked to get a big bag of this shit. There's the bag right there. The big bag she would buy right on the top. You see it right towards
Yeah.
the skin?
Yeah. It won't. Yeah, that's.
I mean, yeah, it's not very big.
whatever.
but
But you can kind of get an idea.
48 ounces, so it's like a couple.
Yep.
It's like
That's
2
the
fucking pounds.
That's the exact bag she would buy, right? And so here's what I would do. She would pour some in a big bowl and put it on the living room table. The first thing I would do is go through and pick through that thing like I was a fucking like bird in the prehistoric era or something, picking through fucking berries and worms and shit, just like grabbing the shit that I actually liked, which I don't like the pretzels, so I used to leave those. And I don't like the Chex.
Yeah, I forget.
I used to leave those. So I would eat all the little garlic balls first because those are my favorite. Those little ball ones. All those went first. I would dig through to the bottom and get every one. And then I'd eat all the Cheez-Its out of it. And then I'd eat all the Melba toasts out of it.
You're such a dick.
You leave the shit tier stuff in the bowl, dude.
Yeah. And all this, of course, at like 4 a.m. while I'm playing my fucking Sega Genesis or whatever the fuck it was, my Sega CD. And then she would stop putting it out and she would try and hide it so she could have like a handful. And I would eventually find it wherever she hid it and just go through it like in the bag, though. I would reach in there and use my feel.
It's like tactile. Paul's like just sifting.
Yep. That's a garlic ball. That's a Cheez-It.
You know what's nasty about the two? Your hands are all over every fucking piece of that shit, Paul.
Yep. And they were filthy too, dude. I was a teenager.
Playing Sega and shit, wiping your ass, wiping your brow. Ugh.
Dude, they were covered in cum and shit.
Oh fuck, dude.
I was a filthy fuck as a teenager. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that's nasty, dude.
So yeah, dude, it was gross. And then what she would get was be like a bag of pretzels, basically that had been touched a billion times by me.
You're so bad. Oh,
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fat guys. I mean, it just happens, dude. Sometimes we go on these
You
like
know what?
eating frenzies. I don't know. It's just-
Every fucking buddy with Chex Mix or that shit, like anything that was a variety, everyone has to do that shit. Like you pour it in a bowl or you take it from the bag. It's like, dude, you might get a handful in the bag. You're like, I don't want like pretzels or whatever you don't like. So you're gonna flick those back in.
Yeah.
See, this is part of the. I'm not relating to this part because literally, if I'm subjected to some kind of Chex Mix kind of situation, whether it be a Cheez-It style or whatever the fuck, like what happens in my case is big giant handfuls of whatever that is are going in my mouth like a squirrel pouches, and I'm just.
See, I started doing it like that when she first started getting the shit, and I didn't like the way the pretzels dominated everything. So I stopped. So I was like, I got to stop eating these pretzels.
Too many goddamn pretzels in there.
I was like, these checks, they just dry out my mouth without milk. It's just weird. They just dry out my mouth. So
yeah, that is true. They will dry out your mouth.
Grazing them.
True.
You know, I started picking the choicest fruit from. And leaving only the dregs. Like
here's your bowl of pretzels and
you know how I got
Chex,
back at TJ
bitch.
when we were kids? I'll tell you how I used to get back at him because he always eat all the fucking Oreos. That's true. Like even when he was a fucking kid, like he would like our mom would get on him. She's like, TJ, don't eat all the Oreos. Yes, mom. Mom leaves the house. TJ stacks Oreos up this high. Dunk them.
That's why I always left one.
All the Doritos, dude. I used to fucking take the Doritos bags. And I would like do the same thing. I would just like. I get down to the fucking crumbs. I'm like, that motherfucker never got fucking Doritos if I was around.
Yeah,
I would eat an entire bag.
The older I get, the less I even give a shit about Doritos, though.
I still love Doritos. I mean, it's like a nostalgia thing, partially, but I'll fucking eat Cool Ranch Doritos.
I'll eat them if they're there, but I don't really go out of my way looking for no Dorito.
Fuck you, TJ.
I don't really go out of my way looking for that shit, bro.
Fuck, bitch.
See,
when you were a kid, you were butthurt though.
Yeah.
My stepmom basically figured me out. She was like, she figured out that if she just kept those like El Monterey freezer burritos, the bean and cheese variety, if she kept like 3 packs of those in the house at all times, like the trade-off was I didn't graze the other shit.
It's like, you just eat these burritos. This is Paul food.
And that's exactly what it was. Like I would go in the middle of the night and I'd wake up and everybody would have eaten dinner. And I don't want to like talk shit about her because she's still alive and shit, you know, but she couldn't cook for fuck. It was the stuff she cooked was horrible. So I used to skip dinner and sleep through it most of the time. Then I'd wake up at like 1 a.m. ready to start my day, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
Get like a plate of like 3 of those fucking burritos and just slather them in salsa or whatever the fuck we had.
Oh, dude, me and she did the same thing. Like we were living with our dad and stepmom. Like she could not cook, and like they when we finally got old enough, it was like, nah, there's not really any impetus for you to have to eat there. We almost never fucking did, unless they forced us. Because it was like, I'm gonna put a frozen thing in the oven. We're like, I can do that myself. I'll just eat something else.
How many times did we fucking have to sit there and pretend to eat and then go out later to go get like dinner at some restaurant or something?
Almost every time she like. There'd be a lot of nights where thankfully they would just like she didn't give a shit. They wouldn't care if we. But like when we were younger, like 13 or 14, like they're like, no, you have to come eat dinner. And it's like, it's fucking slop. I don't want to eat this. So I empathize with you on that, Paul. Like there's pretty much like the same sort of compromise with us because our dad always wanted to eat fucking chili. Like that was like the one thing he didn't like. Don't eat chili and don't eat his fucking ice cream.
Yeah,
like drill into her head.
She had this rotating like menu of stuff that each was each was nastier than the last. Like, and I feel bad too because she's still alive. Whatever. Like she'd make this spaghetti, and it was like she was here's the thing. It was like she was afraid of seasoning. That was the whole problem with pretty much everything that she did. Like she was afraid of salt, pepper, chili powder. The stuff that like makes food good and tasty and stuff and wholesome and like blah 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 and pleasing to eat. She didn't put any. So it's like she would do taco night. Let me explain what taco night was. She would fry up some ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
If she put salt in that shit, I would love to see it because it tasted like she just basically browned it in the pan and then just set it off to the side. Right?
Oh, that's so sad.
She would put that in a bowl. She would have some shredded iceberg lettuce. She'd put that in a bowl.
Okay.
You would have a little bowl, by the way, not like a big bowl, but a little bowl of shredded store-bought shredded cheese.
Uh-huh.
And like tortillas, but just raw tortillas, like flour tortillas.
Right.
And you were supposed to like take the flavorless beef.
Yeah.
And then put some flavorless iceberg lettuce on it, and then eat that. That was basically your day.
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds delicious.
That was din. You know, a little sprinkle of cheese, but you couldn't get a handful because everybody had to. Excuse me. Everybody had to. I'm drinking Sprite and it's making me burpy.
Yeah.
Everybody had to share the one little bowl.
That sounds wretched beyond belief.
What? Like she put out basically a side, if you would like a side of cheese.
Like you build your own tacos, so there was enough for everybody to eat, but it was just like it tasted like matter.
Yeah, because there was no seasoning.
It was there was nothing on the table that added any flavor to it. It was
like jalapenos or chilies added into the.
No, there was never any chilies. It was just like tomato, lettuce. Maybe if you were lucky, she'd set out a little dish of sour cream so you could put a little of that on and a sprinkle of cheese. And it was just like that was taco night. And it was just
that's disgusting.
In California, no less, dude. That's a crying shame.
Oh, and you can imagine me growing up with my mom. What a fucking culture shock that was.
Oh God, yeah, that's true. You were used to someone who could cook amazing, and then you're eating this fucking horrible, bland shit.
So I immediately went into fuck. I swear to God, before I lived there, I didn't know food could be bad. I didn't. It was like shocking to me. She made dinner one night and it looked, because like what she put out, it looked like, okay, this is passably tasty. I've eaten taco night before. Yeah. And I made myself a big one up and I took a bite and I was like, fuck is this? I was like, what is wrong with this? And I was like, oh, hold on. Let me just sprinkle a little more cheese on it. And I'm like, it was like biting into a cardboard box that was soft from the rain. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can't imagine because your mom's an amazing fucking cook.
And there was a roster of this shit. So there was taco night, there was burger night, which was basically the same thing. It was
let me guess, she formed beef into a patty with no seasoning or anything.
No, if she did that, they might have been edible. She bought the store-bought ones that are already formed into patties that are frozen.
Yeah.
And she would unfreeze them by cooking them and not add any salt, pepper, or anything to them. And that was the patty.
So just bland, flavorless, preformed frozen patties.
Lettuce, tomatoes, and ketchup and onions and shit.
Dude, Paul, I know how you feel about this too. As someone takes pride in their hamburger game, dude, that is fucking gross. Like, I'm not even saying I'm against like buying the store-bought ones or like in the refrigerated section because you can season them and shit and put on whatever you want. But I'm telling you, like, I prefer to make it.
Trust me, dude. I grew up with my mom. She makes like her burgers are fucking amazing. I went from that to this, and so I've been, like I said, I eventually just went into fuck this mode and started eating other shit around the house. And it was all the other shit that she liked to snack on. So she figured out if she bought the burritos that I would just basically subsist on El Monterey burritos, and that was that. She didn't have to wake me up for fucking dinner every night. I didn't have to pretend to eat whatever it was that night. There was one night that I would come to dinner. It was lasagna night because she would buy that big, like family-sized, you take and bake lasagna shit, the Stofers.
Yeah.
That you put in the oven for like 3 hours and it just does itself. That was edible. So I would show up that night and get 2 big slices of that. And like, I'd eat the fuck out of that. Leftovers for that, by the way, did not last. If any leftovers went in the fridge, they didn't last the evening. They were eaten.
Dude, lasagna keeps really fucking well. Like a lot of Italian food does, like pasta and that stuff.
Sometimes lasagna is better the fucking next day, man. All the flavor like seeps in more.
Yeah, that's no for shit. We used to have that as kids too.
I never got a chance to seep in. I interrupted that process at about 2 a.m. and warmed up whatever was left and devoured it voraciously like a fucking locust. It's like lasagna night is over. Let me go ahead and put a period on this sentence. Yes.
Why wouldn't you, man? I mean, like when you have one of the few things that's actually edible.
Like it had seasonings in it. And
I don't get that, dude. I don't get like how the fuck you learn to cook and you never think like, should I add salt and pepper? Should I add anything else?
I just don't think she ever did learn to cook, honestly. Like I think she was, like it happens. Like there are people that go through the whole domestic situation that just can't cook, and she's one of those people.
I just feel really bad for those fucking people.
I know my dad. See, here's the thing: my dad can cook, but I know my dad expected that a wife is the one that cooks. My dad is not going to be the one doing the nightly cooking and shit. And so there it was. We were all fucking relegated to.
Yeah, your dad felt like manly man, like woman make food good, like. even if the food is bad, he's like, me no care because I did not have to do it.
I mean, my dad, at least back then, I don't really want to speak for him now, but like back then, he had this very traditional idea of what the gender roles, you know what I mean, in a marriage were.
Yeah, no, I definitely know.
Man make money, woman clean house, you know, woman make food, woman take care of children, man do nothing, man sit TV, man scratch balls, you know. He had that very like
Man scratch balls while watch TV.
Oh, dude, I love have you guys seen the HBO like little miniseries with John Adams?
Yeah.
I like the way he deals with his kids there. It's like that's just like some hilarious ass shit. It's like, you may go, son. This is how things will be done.
my dad was basically Al Bundy, but not quite as funny and meaner. You know what I mean? Like he didn't always cave at the end and do the right thing. He's just a meaner Al Bundy.
It's Al Bundy that didn't cave in. Like it's like, nope.
Yep.
That's it. So I'm still grounded for 3 weeks. Yep, that's how it goes.
Like, instead of pretending to be interested when his kid walks in and says, "Hey, Dad, I'm having some friends over," he'd just be like, "You're a bunch of fucking losers. Keep it down. I don't want to hear your loser talk."
I don't want to hear this loser ass bullshit.
I had the like 80s and like you know what I mean? Like the 80s music video dad that was like, "You're a fucking failure and your friends are a bunch of losers.
It's weird.
Fuck out of my house."
It's weird because he wasn't like that when I was a kid. Like he when I was a kid, he was still scary because he would whoop my ass. When I was a teenager, he didn't try and like beat me when I was a teenager.
Sure.
So I think that was how he replaced it. He thought he was being all military with me, but really he was just letting me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. You know what I mean? That was the arrangement I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like as a late teenager, he really shifted gears in my life because he was like, I remember when I was a little kid, 8, 9, he was encouraging. Like he was the dad that was always at my soccer games and he took me places and we did father-son camping trips and all this shit. And then something happened. There was like this schism that happened in my teens. And I was just a fucking loser that was never going to fucking amount to nothing. You're a piece of shit. Like he just said awful things to me the whole time. And I reacted by like, I was like, okay, all right, fair enough. If that's the expectation you're going to put on me, that's better than mom's where I got to do shit. So
You're a loser. You'll always be a loser. Just give up. It's like, give up. Yeah.
Loser crew.
Thanks. Okay, finally. No pressure. Jesus.
Yeah. If on the rare occasion he would ask me to do something and I didn't do it, you know, he came to me about it, I'd be like, I'm a loser crew. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? I was playing video games and shit because I don't give a fuck.
I'm just a fucking loser. Ain't gonna amount to shit. So, you know,
I think with a lot of dads like that, it's just that like he saw this, like he had this vision for like, and this expectation that you never knew about. And then like, as you grew up and that like faded away where it's like, Paul's going to do this or whatever. And it's like,
when I started to become this, he was like, this is not the person that I envisioned you to be. You're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he discarded me, basically.
Why the hell you ain't the way I told you be, boy?
Yep.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah.